Good morning. My name is Nathaniel Waite. My wife and Alyssa shared last week, and my daughter Lily's here with us this morning. So I wanted to start off by reading a scripture from Isaiah, and it kind of goes a little bit with the prayer that we just had about praying for our nation. And we know that God is in control. In Isaiah it says, "Remember this, stand firm and recall to mind your transgressions. Remember the former things of old, for I am God, there is no other. I am God, there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, from the ancient times to things not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish my purpose." Isaiah 46, 9 through 11. How do you know that God is real and that Scripture is truthful and factual? That is something that's been passed down verbally from generations is 100% true. My beginning came at 11 at a church camp in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, where a faith that was taught to me by my mom and my grandparents became real to me. Jesus is real and living in me because I see his purpose coming true in my life. When I was born, a word was spoken over me. At that time, my mother told me about God's calling on my life. And I found out about this for the first time when another word was spoken over me as a teenager in a church that we attended, which confirmed the first one. And I think that sometimes God has a calling on our life. It just so happens to me that that was given to me at birth and then reaffirmed later. I've seen God move through my life, through the good times and bad. My life's verse is Proverbs 3, 5 through 6, and it sums it up like this: "Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." As a teenager, I changed my plans from shopping with my family to helping a teacher chop wood, and God directed my path and saving me from death by changing my plans so I wasn't in a car when someone had a seizure around Sears at Park City and came around and hit 6 cars before it hit my parents' car at 100 miles an hour. And my family survived because I wasn't in the car, but God is directing my path and affirming my calling, as well as my family's calling. As a young adult, I could see him direct paths through my career, each time providing a new opportunity. In my life, I can remember God directing my path through a failed relationship that I saw him redirecting and resetting the path. Even through sin, God has grace. And by God's grace, he's directed my path to find and marry the love of my life. I could feel him directing my path when I got laid off, only to give me a new job where I would spend the next 20 years. God keeps directing my path. When my children were both born, directing me through 2 emergency C-section and almost losing my son and wife, God is directing my path. To God protecting my son and family on one rainy night when a car hit the corner of my house when my newborn son was asleep next to my wife and not going through because my wife had been directed to pray for the covering of the house earlier. God's directing my path. It comes down to what I told my mom when she passed in 2013. You have a credible legacy because of that. Those that you're leaving behind serve and love God. And because she poured Christ into me, God is directing my path. I know that I'm here today because God is not done with me yet. Even when life has become unbearable and bleak, I still remember the promises and calling, and I have seen him direct my path. You are here today because God's purpose and plan for your life. I have seen God direct my path. Won't you let him direct yours?